Alright guys, what's up? So today in this video we're going to be talking about something a little bit differently from what I normally talk about, but it was something that had just happened literally just a few hours ago. And I really wanted to make a video on it because I do think that it ties together with a lot of the stuff that I talk about on this channel. And today we're going to be talking about the recent terrorist attack that had just occurred a couple hours ago in Magdeburg, Germany, where a terrorist had driven his car into a Christmas market in Germany and had ran over dozens and dozens of people, at least 2 people killed. One of them was a child, and at least 13 people are in critical condition, and many more are injured. And I wanted to talk about this today in this video because I know a lot of the videos that I make are really travel related, digital nomad related, but I meet a lot of you guys. A lot of the reasons why you're traveling is because the areas that we're from, us being like Western men, people from America or European descent, a lot of the reasons why we find ourselves traveling and going in some of these other places when I hear you and I talk to you is because things are going downhill in the places that we're from. A lot of people don't like the fact that there's the wokeness and now increasingly dangerous. The biggest thing that has always bothered me when I've gone, like when I went to the UK or when I went to France and Germany, the quality of life that you're getting in our countries are plummeting from what you're putting in. For a lot of European countries, half of your income, maybe even more in some circumstances, to the government. And increasingly, these countries are no longer even safe. These countries are increasingly welcoming in people that have ethnic grievances against the native populations of Europe. And you're essentially funding where the governments are putting these people up in hotels that are allowing people like this guy who was a Saudi who has been in Germany as a doctor since 2006 before he had committed this attack. And it's funny because in the media right now, they're all just saying car, at least 2 dead and 12 injured after a car plowed into a German Christmas market. I think JD Vance said on Twitter, is like, who was driving the car? They don't want to talk about that because the media is in bed with the same people, the same government, the same NGOs, this conglomeration, this mafia that is essentially funding the conditions that are making life worse for the native people in European countries and in America as well, with the migrant situation that we have there. My hometown that I went back to in the United States, which is a small town, which I remember growing up, it was just this very quiet, white town, really pretty much like a retirement place. And when I had gone back, there was everyone was speaking Spanish. At least I was walking around at a Target and half the people there were speaking Spanish. And then there was a gang shooting at the same time that I was there at the local mall. This was completely shocking to me when I had gone back just a few months ago, because this was a quiet place that I had grown up in. And so it's like our cities and our places, these places that we're from as Westerners, as Americans, as Europeans, and I'm talking specifically to ethnic Europeans, the places that we are from are becoming more dangerous, and they're becoming really this hellscape because of this experiment that has been thrusted upon the local population. I don't want to make it sound like a victim mentality, because at the end of the day, Westerners and Europeans and Americans all need to stand up and force the situation where things like this no longer happen. Because as much as I like travel, as much as I like being a digital nomad, exploring new places and everything like that, I think it'd be much better if our countries weren't shitholes in the beginning. I think it'd be much better if our countries were what they're supposed to be. I love being an adventurer, and I'm always someone that's going to go out and explore and going to different areas. But I want these areas to be safe for my family, for my friends, for other people that I meet from these countries. And it was this taboo thing for so long. I remember years ago traveling to Germany, and it was right around the time, 2015, that they had accepted all the Syrian migrants, and I respected how much of a humanity that they had, where they were just like, yeah, we got to help them. They had this real commendable virtue. But unfortunately, this commendable virtue that is so apparent within the European spirit has been manipulated, in my opinion, by other more malicious higher powers that be. And I feel this very strongly in Germany because I believe that blood and heritage all stuff matter. I have a little bit of German ancestry. I have a lot of Anglo ancestry, which is essentially German as well. And I think that for any other racial or ethnic group, you could say it's okay for these people to have a home. It's okay for you to say that Asia's for Asians, or that Africa's for Africans. But you could not say that Europe is for Europeans. That would be considered racist. There's only one group of people where it's considered racist to say that they should have their homeland. And there's the whole propaganda machine hell-bent on censoring anyone who shares these perspectives and these opinions. And I think that everyone should speak out against this and tell these people go back. It's the only solution. Remigration is the only solution. I wanted to put this out there real quick because I found this utterly appalling, and it's sad because I want to spend more time in these countries. I would like to be in Paris. I would like to be in London, but these places aren't even recognizable anymore. The culture of these places is being subverted by something, and I think it would be better if it was what it was. And I think that Saudi Arabia should be Saudi Arabia and Paris should be Paris. And right now we're having this great mixing, and it's turning everything into a disaster. Thank you very much for watching. Maybe post more videos like this, but I hope more and more people start talking about remigration, because I want the places, traveling and everything like that while you're done is great, but the end goal is that eventually we have a place to go back to. And if this continues, none of us will have a place to go back to. Thank you very much for watching this video, and peace out.